Hey beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my little corner of the interwebs. Today I have a bit of a shopping guide video for you guys because this weekend it's gonna be Mother's Day, and you know, moms are just special, man. Like, whoo, the amount of love and humility and self-sacrifice that is encompassed in a mother just can't be put into words. Now, I'm a big daddy's girl, but I got it from my mama. Like, don't get it twisted. My mom and I are extremely close. We are basically the same person in a lot of ways. We have very similar tastes. And, you know, every time my mom and I are in the same place, it's a good time. She was my shopping buddy. She's the type of person that loves the same kind of self-care that I like. We have very same kind of like personality, fashion, style, all that. And, oh God, when Jesus said, I'm going to give you a mama, he gave me the mama, okay? Now, for the shopping guide, though, I thought I would share with you guys some practical, splurgy, fun gifts that you can get your mom if you were struggling to figure out what to get your mom for Mother's Day. And for all the mothers out there watching me, I see you. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. You are doing the damn thing. Don't ever doubt that. Point blank, period. Okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the things that I would recommend if you were trying to figure out what to buy for your mom this Mother's Day and you were a little bit stumped or you wanted to mix it up, add something that might be different, something you hadn't thought about before. Now, I did make some notes and I split it up into a couple different categories. Some things are on the more affordable end of things. Some things are a little bit more splurgy. So go with whatever works with your budget. I just hope that this gives you a little bit of like help or a guide in terms of like something you might want to consider or do a little bit more digging into. So to start off the video, I thought I would start with the most practical gifts. I feel like a lot of moms tend to ignore some of the very practical things that they need because it's like not necessary. Like, why would I splurge on something like that? So I think that this is always a great opportunity to get your mom a practical gift, something that they will use constantly. So I want to start off with my favorite product and one that a lot of you guys have asked me about. And that is my self-stirring mug. I feel like I've raved about this before because it really is phenomenal. I actually just bought this for one of my really good friends who is actually a mom, Daphne. I talked about her in a previous video. She's a phenomenal mom, you guys. Amazeballs. But I picked this up, I want to say at least 2 years ago at this point, and is one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm a huge coffee drinker. And one of the things that I absolutely hate doing is dishes. So you know when you drink coffee, you have to get your spoon and you have to stir it and then you have to wash the spoon? I know, that's just one spoon too many for me. This is a self-stirring mug, so you don't have to dirty any dishes. So I chose this one. There are a couple other options that are available, like if you need a handle or something like that, or if you want a bigger size. I think that this is perfect so I don't overindulge in the coffee. I think you can get 10 to 12 ounces of like beverage in here. So the way in which this works is that there is a magnet at the bottom of the coffee mug. Let's see if you can... There you go. So that little white thing there is a magnet at the bottom of the coffee mug. There is an on button. So you just double tap it. So you double tap it and it starts to spin, and that spinning is actually what stirs up the coffee. So this is one that I have used. There we go. So this is one that I've had for a very long time. There is a USB port at the bottom, so you can, so it's rechargeable. I'll say I've probably charged this once, maybe twice. And it's one that I continuously use. It's one of my absolute favorite products. Definitely a very, very practical gift if you have a mom that loves drinking coffee. It can also be really great for tea, and I think you can also use it if you have like protein powders or those green powders that people have been doing now. So self-stirring mug, doesn't get any more practical than that. The next practical product that I want to recommend is an eye massager. This was actually a gift that I got from my sister last Christmas or the Christmas before, because I get a lot of headaches. So I asked for this specifically because this massager is meant to like help with like relieving headaches, relieving stress. So and y'all know, y'all be causing a lot of stress. So essentially, it's a bit of an eye mask, and It plays music, it heats up. There are a number of different variations of this. Mine is from the brand Renfo, and they do have a couple different options. And I will say that the price for this ranges from anywhere between $55 to $100. So depending on how much you're willing to spend, I think that this is a really great gift. It's a good way to provide your mom with a tool that allows like some self-care, some relaxation at home that can be continuously used versus like a one-time spa day thing. This is something she can plop on her eyes, just listen to some music, get a little bit of a massage going, and then relax. So definitely one that I would recommend, especially if you're mom is someone that suffers from like chronic headaches or something like that. This might actually be a really great, just sort of practical everyday gift. And I didn't tell you guys the price, but the self-stirring mug actually is about $15 up to like $20. So it's a very, very affordable option. And one that if she loves coffee as much as I love coffee, she will use every single day. So it'll be definitely worth it. And then the last gift in the practical category is actually handbags. And I'm going to show you guys 3 handbags. It's the exact same handbag, but it comes in different sizes. This is one that I've talked about and have raved about for a very, 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 very long time. But I think that these are actually truly worth it. And if you haven't guessed, yes, I'm talking about the Marc Jacobs tote bags. So like I said, I have this in the 3 different sizes, and I have them in different colorways, different materials. Now, the reason why I chose the Marc Jacobs tote bag is because this is one of the most practical totes that I've ever seen. So I have the small in the canvas, which is the cheapest option. I believe this starts at $175, and it actually holds a lot of stuff. This, I believe, can hold like your iPad, your phone, your wallet. This is a huge tote for like this size in terms of how much, like the capacity of it, but it doesn't look too big. It has the crossbody option, so you can wear it a couple different ways. Top handle, if that's what, you know, she would want, or crossbody. And this also does come in a leather option. So if you want to be bougie, I would recommend getting the leather option. The leather for these Marc Jacobs totes are supple, perfection. Now, we all know moms are very, very busy people, so they're always like carrying stuff. And if your mom is like my mom, I remember I would always forget something and my mom always had it. You know, like she was always the one that was responsible for making sure that she had everything that the family could possibly need in her bag. So if your mom is the same and she might need a new handbag to carry all her stuff, consider these Marc Jacobs totes. Again, this is more of like an everyday kind of casual option in terms of the size, so it's not going to be the perfect if you were thinking about a work bag. But if you were thinking about a work bag, I would either go up to the medium, and here I have my medium jacquard tote. I believe that this colorway is about $325, so it's a little bit more pricey, but it still is canvas. Personally, I prefer the leather options just all around because it's the easiest to clean. And like I said, the leather on these Marc Jacobs totes, supple, but we will get to that. So this is the jacquard option. This does hold a full laptop. So this would be great if your mom is someone that goes into the office and needs a new work bag. I think that this can be really classy. This one is a little bit bold in terms of like its branding, but these bags you can always turn this way and wear it this way if you don't want all of the branding. And the leather options are kind of embedded into it and not as contrasty, so you don't see the labeling as much. I like this a lot. I use this when I am working from like a coffee shop, and when I say working, I mean like doing my social media editing. I'll go to a coffee shop and edit somewhere else. This is like the bag that I'll use to take my laptop and everything else in it. Also super huge. All of the Marc Jacobs totes are like just a very open compartment, and you can fit a lot of stuff in there. And they all zip at the top, which I think is the best feature for me, because it means that if something falls out, you know, if the bag tips over, a bunch of stuff isn't going to fall out. And we all know moms are always carrying the whole Georgie bundle, as my mother would say. And then the last one is the large tote. This is actually my personal work bag. This is what I use when I travel for work. This is what I use when I'm doing anything for like my real job, the one that pays the bills, because this is a job too, okay? But this one is huge, fits a bunch of stuff in here. I still have stuff in all of these bags, you guys. And this is the one that comes in the, I chose this one in the leather because I knew it was going to be my professional work tote, and I wanted something that was not as overstated or as crazy, obviously branded as the jacquard one that I showed you guys. And as you can see, it does say the tote bag, but it feels to me a little bit more subtle because of how it's kind of like embedded in there, and the color of it kind of matches the tote in general. This is such soft leather. This is probably the most I've ever spent on a bag. It retails for $590, $595 in the leather weight. If you get it in the other canvas, it's going to be cheaper, but if you get the large leather, this retails for $595. But it is so worth it. I've gotten so much use out of this bag, you guys, and it just looks so classy, so cute, and I've gotten so many compliments on this bag when I travel, and I use this as my work tote, which I've done. If you followed me any of last year, you know that I traveled, and this was the bag. This was it. Okay, next up, we're gonna go to beauty. Y'all know, this is a beauty channel, so there's no way I could do a shopping guide recommendations video that did not include some beauty products. So I have 3 beauty products to share for you guys if you were looking to get your mother something in the sort of makeup category. First and foremost, I have to recommend what's on my eyes currently, and that is the Byredo Mineralscapes palette. Now, this one is kind of hard to get your hands on at this point because it's been going in and out of stock at a number of retailers. But if you are able to pick this one up, I definitely recommend it. This is such a beautiful formula, and it is so versatile in terms of the fact that you can get both neutral looks, colorful looks, so you get blues, greens, and that neutral look. And it leans a little bit more cool toned, but I don't think that it is too cool toned that if you or if your mom has a warmer complexion, it's going to look super stark or super grayish or sickly, because I am a warm complexion, and honestly, y'all, this looks amazing. Now, this video will go up before my Byredo first impressions, but I can guarantee you that this is an amazing palette. And I do think that it could be a special gift because this is also a limited edition release. Every year, Byredo releases one large palette for the year, and this is that palette, and then it's gone. You can't get it again. So it is something a little bit special because it's limited edition. The packaging is absolutely flawless. This is a luxury brand, so when it comes to sort of the presentation, I do think that it's so pretty, and it would make such a beautiful gift if your mom is a makeup lover. Sticking in the luxury category, the next product I have to recommend, the Chanel Face Palette. Now, this is not limited edition to my understanding, and it's not stated as limited edition on the website. So that's definitely a plus. And I do already have a first impressions demo of this palette. And let me just say, the formulation of this is amazing. The performance of this is absolutely beautiful. And most importantly, the depth of this is depthing, okay? One thing about Chanel Beauty, and honestly one thing about luxury beauty in general, is that a lot of times they forget about us on the deeper end of the spectrum. And if you have a darker complexion like me, if your mother has a darker complexion, and you're worried about this not showing up, this does show up on my complexion. Like I said, I do have a demo on this, but there is also one shade deeper than this. So if you need to go deeper, there's also a deeper option. I think that they did an amazing job choosing the sort of layout of this palette in terms of all 3 of these products actually do work for me. Now, this palette does retail for $95, so it's not cheap, but the way I like to look at it is that you're actually getting 3 products in one. So think of this as like a 3 gifts, if you will, because your mom is going to get a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight all in one palette, and it's gonna be in Chanel. So if your mom is one, again, that loves makeup, I think that this is gonna be an absolutely amazing product. The performance is superb, and what I appreciate about this is that the highlight in this palette is not super glimmery or super shiny. So if you're worried about it emphasizing texture, I don't think that it will do that because it's such a soft, beautiful sheen that it's not gonna be one that's gonna be too stark on more mature skin. And I don't know if I told you guys, but the Byredo palette is $115. So they're on the pricier end of things, but I do think in terms of the performance and the quality, both are absolutely worth it. The third and final makeup product that I want to recommend is actually going to be the Guerlain Meteorite. This is such a statement product because even though it is functional, it's so beautiful. Like this, I think, is a product that your mom could be really proud to just have displayed on her vanity, because when you really look at the packaging of this, like it's just so intricate and so beautiful. I think that this is such a beautiful piece just to display, but it also performs beautifully. Now, you do get these stunning pearls And this is the deepest shade. It does come in 4 colorways. So you do have 3 lighter options in case this is too deep for you. And you get a really nice puff. This also has a little bit of a scent to it. So something to consider. If your mom is sensitive to smells or fragrances, I would say be careful because this is a very, very strong scent. And in my opinion, it does tend to linger and last. It also is a little bit on the old granny side, so you don't want to insult your mom, but if she likes that kind of like, it almost is like a powdery scent, like baby powder, like perfumed baby powder. It's a little old school, but I like that. I know my mom kind of likes that as well, so that I wouldn't be upset buying something like this for my mom because it's, again, beautiful piece to simply display, but also very, very functional. This is another luxury brand, so this does retail for $72. But I do think that this is worth it. And these pearls are going to last a pretty long time. So, of all, this is the cheapest one that I'm recommending beauty-wise. And these are 3 products that I have been using and I'm still using. Have been using them for several weeks now. And I'm still using them almost daily at this point. Absolutely love it. Aside from the Chanel one, that's the only one that I've used for the least amount of time. But the Meteorites I've been using for a couple weeks now, and I've been testing the Byredo palette all week, so just so you guys know, these are kind of like tried and true by me. And I've used the Byredo formula in the past. I do have the 2 previous palettes from the brand, so the formula is still the same great formula. So beauty category, these are absolutely phenomenal, and I think that they're worth it if you are wanting to splurge on some beauty products for your mom this Mother's Day. So next up, we're going to switch gears a little bit, but we're still sticking with beauty. And I want to talk about 2 fragrances that I think would be great if you were looking to get your mom a new fragrance this Mother's Day. The first one that I actually want to recommend is one that I mentioned in my last haul video, and that is the Tiffany & Company fragrance. This is such a good one, you guys. This has been what I've been wearing like every day as kind of like my daily scent. This is the type of fragrance that I think people can turn into their signature scent because it's not overpowering. It's such a light, effortless scent that I think that this is a great one to get your mom if your mom is on the hunt for like just a signature scent, or, you know, changing their signature scent, or just an everyday scent. Because I think that this can be weird. This can be worn. I think that this can be worn both in terms of like casual occasions. So you go into the park, like you're going to work, or like date night. I think that this is a really versatile scent. I also think that it's so light and fresh that it can be layered with other scents and just kind of elevate it and add to it. And it's not a scent that feels like it's overly mature where it's like aging, because I know some scents can be a little bit granny-ish, you know, I love that, but sometimes it can feel a little bit aging. I still think that this is so young and fresh. Now, if you were interested in your notes, it does have black currant, blue rose, and ambrette seed. And one thing I will say is that this does feel a little bit on the sort of floral side, so it does feel very appropriate as we're getting into spring and it's getting brighter outside, because it has a lot of that kind of brightness to it. Oh, this is such a good one, you guys. Again, this has become my daily scent as of right now because it's such a wearable, easy scent, and is one that I think I personally am going to make my like signature everyday scent, because I wouldn't mind smelling like that every day. It's like so clean, so fresh, so light. It's giving clean girl, but grown ass clean girl. See, grown woman. You know what I mean? And this is called the Rose Gold Parfum. It does come in 3 sizes, 1 ounce, 1.6 ounce, and 2.5 ounces. I have the largest. This is 2.5 ounces. This retails for $160. I was able to pick it up in a gift set where I ended up getting a travel size and a body lotion for free, basically at the same price. But if you wanted to get a smaller size because you're not sure how your mom will feel about the fragrance, the 1.6 ounce is $135, and the 1 ounce is actually $105. So you have a couple options. And given that it is Mother's Day, I feel like a lot of brands will tend to do, or a lot of retailers, I should say, will tend to do really great fragrance sales, whether that's a discount or some extra points. So definitely, if you need to, I would also recommend going into an Ulta store to smell it in person, which is how I ended up picking it up. I went to my Ulta, smelt it, fell in love, bought it immediately. So, oh, it's so good. So good. I kind of want to spray it on me now, but I am wearing a Jo Malone fragrance, and that one is pretty strong, so I don't think it's going to mix very well. Okay, the second fragrance that I want to recommend to you guys is actually a set. And I did pick this up at my cosmetics company store. And this is the Tom Ford Private Blend Soleil Collection set. Now, this does retail for $200, but at my CC, I was able to get it for 30% off. And then there was an additional 20% off on top of it. So if you were interested in getting into luxury fragrance for your mom, definitely start at the cosmetics company store, because you can get a lot of those high-end luxury fragrances like Tom Ford, like Jo Malone. I believe Kilian is there now. And you get 30% off as a base for those brands. And then if there's an extra sale, you can get an extra 10, 15, 20% off. And I want to recommend this set specifically because you actually get 3 different fragrances in this set. So you get Soleil Blanc, Soleil de Fou, and Soleil Neige. This set also does come in a black version, but in my opinion, the black version does lean a little bit more masculine. And I know that's not everybody's ministry. Even for me, it was masculine to the point where I was like, not right now. Like maybe in the winter time, but considering that we are going into the summer months, I really wanted to keep it as feminine, as light as possible. So with this set, you get the 3 travel sizes, which in my opinion are pretty decently sized. It's 0.3 fluid ounces or 10 milliliters. So you get a 10 milliliter fragrance, and then you get the diffuser or the case here. So this is also very nice, high quality. If you have a mom that travels, or if you have a mom that likes to keep fragrances in her purse to reapply, I think this is a great option because you can plop in the travel scent here, and as it empties, she can refill it. And I think that this is a really great gift as well, because as you know, more holidays arrive, your mom will always have the case with her, so you can keep buying different travel scents so that she can continue to refill those. And this is a great way, in my opinion, to give more than one gift, because yes, the Tiffany one is excellent if you're looking for like that signature fragrance that your mom might enjoy, but if you wanted to give 3 fragrances, this is a great option. And like I said, it retails for $200, but if you go to the CCO, you can get this at 30% off. And I believe you might be able to use like a 15% off coupon at like Nordstrom's to save some money on this as well. But beautiful scent. Definitely recommend checking these out. And lastly, the last category for this video is fashion. So I want to touch on like a couple of things that your mom could wear if she likes to add just a little extra thing. Honestly, these are basically accessories that can be added to any outfit to elevate it. So the first thing that I want to recommend is the Free Bird bracelets. I wear them. So this is actually my Free Bird collection right here. So Free Bird is a black-owned Philadelphia-based brand. They focus on these bracelets. I don't know what like these stones are called, but each stone has a different meaning. Each stone is supposed to invoke something specific, like, you know, healing, strength, focus, all that fun jazz. And I just think that the designs of this are beautiful. Quite frankly, I wear this for the aesthetic more than I do for like the properties of the stones. But if that is something that, you know, matters to you, you can really dive deep into what they are. So I have 3 on. I love all of these. This was actually the first one that I picked up when I went to a little pop-up event where I met the creator or the owner of Freebird. Again, black-owned brand. I met the owner, beautiful black woman, and it's based out of Philadelphia. And this was the first one that I picked up, and then I went down a rabbit hole. So this is the 3 that I'm wearing today. I do have a couple others. I have a collection, you guys. So you can get so many different colors, so many different designs. This is actually one of my favorites. It's very, very chunky and a really good statement piece in my opinion. And I just stuck on this Chanel charm that I got from the Christmas sets this year. So you can get so many different colorways, so many different designs. This is also one of my favorite ones. I just love this, and every day I will like pick a couple, 2 or 3, and just stack them together, and that's my stack for the day. Now this does retail for about $18 all the way up to $38, $40. So it's again on the cheaper end of things, and I think if your mom is someone that likes to accessorize, this is something that can easily be added to their wardrobe and is a really nice gift, especially if you know, deep dive into like the meaning of these stones and what they're supposed to do or what they're supposed to offer. And then lastly, and probably my second favorite thing, sunglasses. I think one of the best accessories that you can give is a pair of designer sunglasses. Just saying. I mean, you could have the most basic, boring look on, but you throw on a pair of designer sunnies, and child, it is everything. Now, I have a pretty decent, I have a huge sunglasses collection. Not all of them are designer pairs, but I absolutely love sunglasses. The whole reason I got LASIK is because I love sunglasses and I wanted to be able to wear sunglasses. So I have been collecting sunglasses for some time now, and I do have a couple of designer pairs. I also have some regular pairs that I picked up, no name, no brand, from like a TJ Maxx or something. I think a great gift to give is a pair of sunglasses if your mom is into that type of fashion accessory, if that is something that, you know, she would appreciate and like not have to worry about. Now, I do know that some people, for them, sunglasses are not the thing because they lose them, they break them. But there are some people like myself who love it, who cherish it, and who will keep and, you know, make sure that they don't destroy them or lose them. So if that is the vibe that your mom is on, definitely consider a pair of luxury sunglasses, because these will last for years and years and years and years and years, and they will get so much use out of them. Now, the one that I'm wearing right now is actually the latest pair that I picked up. This is from Tom Ford. It is a kind of, it's called the Aura, or I believe that the Aurora or the Aura design. I'll be sure to link it because it is, I believe, available at Nordstrom Rack right now for like 60% off. The original price of these is like $400, but y'all know I don't believe in paying full price for nothing. I'm never going to tell you guys to buy a $400 pair of sunglasses. That's a bit much. But these I paid $150. So they were definitely much cheaper than the original price. And I think that this is just such a stunning pair. Like, I love a good cat eye. That's one of my absolute favorites on my sort of face shape. And I pulled out 4 to show you guys. This is actually also one of the newest designs in my collection. I got this at Michael Kors. If you want something that's designer, but on the lower end of designer, I would definitely go to like a Michael Kors outlet or check online because they do have pretty good discounts. The original price of this was $150 or $179, I believe. And when we went, my friend Daphne and Zano, we went to the store, they had just put it on clearance. So this was $39. So another really beautiful design, has a nice tortoise shell, which I think is so cute and so like on trend, so perfect for the summer. So good if you also are a little bit melanated and you have like a golden undertone. I think it ties everything together. So that's the Michael Kors pair. Again, $39 because we don't pay full price here. One of my favorite pairs actually though is from Chloe. I picked this up at TJ Maxx, and fun fact or like pro tip, if you interested in high-end luxury products, I would definitely check and see if you have a TJ Maxx near you that has the runway section. Now, they're typically located in more affluent neighborhoods, but what it is basically a section of the TJ Maxx store that only sells luxury items. And I mean luxury, I'm talking about the fashion houses, the Dior's, the Chloe's, the Gucci's, the Fendi's, the Jimmy Choo's. That's the brands that you're going to get at that runway section. So definitely worth checking out if you are able to, because that's how I got this pair of sunglasses. Again, this is from Chloe. I don't know a darn thing from Chloe, but I got some Chloe sunglasses. This is another one that I believe I paid like $130, $150 for. Probably one closer to one, like $49, $150. And I love this because I tend to gravitate towards the browns, the blacks, and this one is a almost like clear blue. So it does add versatility to my sunglasses collection. And I just love the kind of ombre effect of the actual lens. And that it does have a little bit of gold in it, which is something that I like. I love the gold ombre effect to it. But I really like how the actual frame is a little bit on the clear end with a like hint of bluish silvery. So it does allow me to use this with more neutral outfits, more on like the white silvery side of things, which is not something that I have a ton of. But this is one of my favorite pairs. I absolutely love this. I wore the heck out of this. What was it, last summer? Wore this so many times. And then the last one, another TJ Maxx find. This is actually a pair from Gucci. This one is another one that I wore a lot last summer because it does have that kind of warm gold look that I go for. So you can probably tell the frames that I choose have very similar style. Like I tend to go for like either the rounded or the cat eye. I do have some square frames as well, But I do feel that these add a little bit of drama to a look, and they suit my face shape so well. So again, I think this one was probably on the $200 mark. This one was a little bit more expensive, but I was willing to pay the extra price. It was still cheaper than the full price because it was at the TJ Maxx stores, and I just couldn't get past this color because it's also a little bit red. So it's orangey red, and it was just too cute. And I do like that the Gucci logo is not too much. It's not overly branded, overly obvious. And that's what I love about some designers' sunglasses, is that it's kind of an if you know, you know, you know? Like, or you have to get really close to see the Gucci logo here. But like with the Tom Ford, you have to know that the T on this end is what makes this a Tom Ford sunglasses. You know what I mean? So I like the kind of more understated sunnies. I don't like the crazy luxury sunglasses. But I think a pair of luxury sunglasses can be such a great way to amp up any look and just give you a little bit of extra drama. And who doesn't love a little bit of drama? All right, so that is it for today's video. Guys, again, I want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day if you are watching. I hope this was helpful as you were thinking about... I hope that this was helpful as you were thinking about what to shop for your mother or the mother figure in your life. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Everything will be linked down in the description box below if I can find it. Some of these, as I mentioned in the video, because they were like at a TJ Maxx or whatever, it's not necessarily the easiest to find at like a regular retailer, but if I can find it, I will link it down below so it's easy for you guys to shop. Those are more likely than not going to be affiliate links, so it's just, you know, being very transparent. If you shop through the link, I will get a small kickback, but that just goes into supporting the channel. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much more than you know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, or leave an orange heart on your way out. And as always, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.